Man, know that I kick up the youth. Them boy there try to suck the truth. How dare you to suck the truth? Look, you're getting way too big for your boots. You're never too big for the boot. I got the big size toes on my feet. Your face ain't big for my boots. Kick up the youth. Man, know that I kick up the youth. Them boy there try to suck the truth. How dare you to suck the truth?
King is born. I told you before. A king is born. Now I told you before. King is born. Oh yeah. Oh no 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 no. Like a beast in the jungle, in the heat of the rumble, I ain't got nothing to lose. Hey, I've been fighting these hard times in the ghettos of my mind. Now it's victory that I choose. Hey, yes, my soul is blessed, the king is born. Mama, I confess I'm a bad, bad man. Ain't no one like me. I'm a legend. Ain't no one like me. I'm a legend, legend. 'Cause I've been down so long that my crown and throne is destined. Ain't no one like me. I'm a legend, legend, legend. Like a bull in a glass house. No bull about to smash out. Can't nothing stand in my way. I don't care what the place is. From the penthouse to pavement, you better hear what I say. Hey, yeah. Yes, my soul is blessed, the king is born. Mama, I confess I'm a bad, bad man. Ain't no one like me. I'm a legend. Ain't no one like me. I'm a legend, legend. 'Cause I've been down so long that my crown and throne is destined. Ain't no one like me. I'm a legend, legend, legend. King is born. Yeah, I told you before. Yeah, a king is born. Been broke before, but I never been broken. I told you before. I am the truth now, the truth has spoken. A king is born. Oh yeah, a king is born. Yeah. Oh yeah, ain't no one like me. I'm a legend. Ain't no one like me. I'm a legend, legend. 'Cause I've been down so long that my crown and throne is destined. Ain't no one like me. I'm a legend, legend, legend. King is born. Picture me putting my city all over the map. They wasn't believers, I had to get even in mad. We coming up, pulling up, jumping all over your grass. So tell them I got a new girl. Tell them that I'm begging, I want all my 50s in cash. I'm tired of living check to check. I need 20 models, this is smiling in my grave, fresh to death. I've been Wu-Tang with a spectral deck, getting.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to Madden 18 on EA Sports. This is the second time this season that these NFC rivals will square off, and it promises to be a good one. It always is when these two divisional foes get together, especially the second time around when there's a score to settle from game one. It's the Packers going up against the Marshalls.
Thank you very much, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL. The National Football League is here and on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Green Bay Packers and the San Antonio Marshalls. First carry for Ty Montgomery. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And they're definitely showing blitz here. Adams the man in motion right. Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down at the 36. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Shotgun now for Rodgers. The left side throw complete to Adams. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Montgomery on the counter. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short. Shotgun now for Rodgers. This is caught. And he's brought down. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Okay, I'm not so great at math, but I just looked over at our statistician, Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here on this opening drive. Where I come from, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Now, what do you do defensively to adjust?
Well, this is where you've got to make a decision as a defensive coordinator. Do you really get after the quarterback, or maybe you tighten down on the receivers, bump them off of their routes, chip away at their timing so things aren't as precise as they've been so far in this game?
Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So the Pigskin will move from the 2 down to the 1.
And I have not met an offensive line yet that doesn't think they can get it in from the 1-yard line on a running play.
They'll try to run it in with Jones. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and goal. Here's Jones. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal.
Oh, Brandon, that was a big play by the defense to keep him at the end zone on 3rd down, so there's an early decision to be made here, isn't there? I know that 3 is awfully tempting, but I'd pull on my big boy pants right now, and I'd go for it.
Rodgers going to throw. That's caught at the 1. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And on the opening drive of the ball game, the defense comes up with a goal line stand. And not great starting field position here for the offense. Back there, it's a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here, a safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Rodgers now on 1st down. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Jonathan Bullard in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that again?
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing.
So the offense lining up 1st and 10. On the toss play, Howard flashed the stick skills but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. He'll drop to throw. But he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Mike Daniels in there to bury him for a loss of 11. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He was trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
No. Check. Patriot. Watching now, Barney. All right, now, look at 56. All right, now, look at 56. Lucky 56. Philly, here we go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's McBride. He got 29 yards that time.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
On first down, they run with Howard. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Looking to throw. That's caught by Meredith right side. And a big hit there as he runs into a brick wall. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
When you decide to run a hitch route, it really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
All right, now, look at 56. Lucky 56. Here we go.
They'll try to run for it with Howard. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal.
Now let's go. Green,
In motion
39.
right comes Green.
39.
On 1st and goal, Howard. Oh, and now he bowls him over. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Well, everything moved right, ran it right, dove right. Excellent stop at the line of scrimmage, though. I mean, I couldn't see it totally from here, but I don't believe he got any yardage.
No, anytime you dive and you come up with 0 yards, not a good feeling.
That's a good effort, right? It'll look good on tape until they count the number of yards you got, right?
A first carry for Samaje Perine. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Another shot here from the 2 as they come up on 3rd and goal. They come up in an offset eye.
Green, 39. Green, 39.
Now they'll send a tight end in motion left. Defense likely bringing pressure here. 3rd and goal from the 2. That is not going to be any help as they dump it behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. And his kick is good. And with that, they'll take a 1-point lead here in the second. So this offensive unit, they've now had 3 drives, and they only have 3 points to show for it.
Payoff is the key for everything. How many offenses have we talked to that say we have to finish drives? Thus far, this team hasn't finished it quite the way they wanted to.
And he is going to be knocked flat on his back. Oh, a big hit. Now the Packers get set to go. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. This complete to Josh Huff. And they're able to get this one across the 35. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to more NFL action on EA Sports after this. Now Rodgers looking to throw on 2nd down. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. And he fires one that's intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. It's Pirine to begin the drive. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit. And thank you.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. So a collective holding a breath here as the starter heads for the sideline. And they will hand things over to their backup quarterback. A toss play. Here's Pirine. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. On the handoff, this is Howard. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. On 4th down, on now is the lefty Ryan Allen to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here. Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. Oh, he's got a little daylight. He's got daylight. Past the 20. 10, and he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
So instead of trailing into the lockers, they grab the lead with the clock reading all zeros before intermission.
I would love to go into the locker room.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of his first half of play. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And Miller with it over the middle. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. They're going to look to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one. Hence the decline.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
You take it right on the 30. 51 yards on the punt there. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
To get a little more cushion. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Defense showing blitz. Now a handoff, running off tackle right. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. On second down, Montgomery. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The Packers on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Working from the gun, Rodgers finds his target, Montgomery. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now a first down carry by Jones. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. Rodgers handing to Montgomery. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Yeah, once more, a strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
And from the 9-yard line now, it's 1st and goal. Now Jones. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. On play action, it's Rodgers. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and that'll push the lead to 11-3. So it's only 3 points on this opening drive of the 3rd quarter. And even though that stretches out the lead, Charles, I think you'd have to consider this a win for the defense, no?
Couldn't agree more, Brandon. That offense got themselves in prime position to really open up this ball game, but the drive stalled out. And yeah, 3 points is very easy to get back in today's NFL.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And here now the offense heading back out there. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Second down following the run. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
They'll set up to throw. That's complete to Meredith. And 12 yards that time and picking up the first.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Finding some room at midfield. Accelerating, and off he goes. And still fighting. And they rattle off a big one. 45 yards. Well, this is the reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Runs like that might get him another award.
Yeah, thunderbolt right out of the gate, huh? How about that, hitting the defense hard early? And, of course, carrying the momentum from last week into this week's game.
Let's go. Green, 30.
So the D-line's going to spread out. Here's Pirine. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
They'll look to throw. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Kenny Clark able to swamp him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5. Back now in San Antonio. The offense on third down tonight, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. In motion left goes a tight end. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
So an interesting call there to take the 3. I guess they're thinking their hands were tied, but in the 4th quarter, that field goal, it really might not help them much at all.
Yeah, I mean, you still need a touchdown. Another field goal does you no good, so it'll be interesting to see what the media reaction is if the score stays where it is.
The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super toe.
And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. fresh set of downs here. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And he rifles one incomplete.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Second down here after the incomplete pass. Rodgers now to throw again. And a quick throw here that's complete. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
On third and long, it's Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked.
One thing they definitely like about this youngster is his motor. He is full throttle on each and every snap. Loves to get after the quarterback, and that has to feel good to him right there. His first career sack.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. 31 yards on the punt there. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. And now back out comes the offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
He leaves this one for Howard. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It'll be a pickup of only a yard. And that'll make it second down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. This is Howard on second down. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Well, there was no blitz. That was just a draw play that, to be frank, didn't fool anybody.
Did we hear the entire stadium screaming draw? Because it felt like everybody was all over that play, and the defense won that battle.
Back to throw. Dumps that off to his running back, Jordan Howard. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Back to throw now on first down. They'll set up the screen to Howard. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A good first down call as the screen play gets him 9.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
So this offense really needs to make something happen here late in the 4th with the football. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Time starting to run out here in the 4th. This defense just trying to keep the offense off the board and preserve this potential victory. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. They go with Howard again. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
The offense on third down tonight, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 4. Green will come in motion right. On third down, this is Howard. Oh, no, he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And down by 5, they've got to go for it here on 4th down. He'll look to throw. He's got his man here. It's Green. Give him 13 on the pickup there. And that'll be good enough for the first.
Partner, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
Detroit! Now let's go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He's back to throw. Completion left side to Miller. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on 1st down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
Watch it now, Barney. Hurry up, here we go. Blue, landed.
Now Pirine. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Oh, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense.
Back 99, watch it now, Barney. Back 99, Philly. Here we go.
A give to Howard. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. They'll try and run it here, and he will not get there. He comes up short. And they're unable to push this lead to a field goal as it'll remain a 1-point game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Back to throw. And that's complete to Huff. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? Well, they didn't really have to earn that first down, did they?
Well, they're not having to earn much, are they? Back-to-back penalties. First was 1st and 5, and now they give them a first down.
So the game here hangs on the right foot of Mason Crosby. This from Tom Dempsey range here. And this kick is not going to get there. It's short and no good. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams...
Okay, I was gone for a minute, but I'm back now. Sit back down. Seem like everybody nowadays, Hollywood. Oh, it's like that now. I'ma show you how to act now. I'ma show 'em